Yo, what's up, y'all? It's Philosophical from the Less Rock Podcast. Welcome to another Freedom Friday. Make sure you guys like, share, and definitely subscribe. I really appreciate the support you be giving us, and appreciate the engagement down in the comments on our page. Definitely. So today, of course, today is Saturday. A little later than Freedom Friday. Apologize for that, but what's been on my mind, pretty much this week is that I want to talk about certain financial decisions, right? I feel like in this world of dating, relationships, and marriage, as a man, and also in some opinions, I can't speak for women, right? But as a man, right? I feel like there's two choices, two roads a man needs to go today in 2024. Right? And let me explain. It's either you're going to go down the road of really building wealth, getting the bag, caring about your money, right? Building, your career. That's a part of finances. Or, right? You're chasing the woman. You're chasing the constant, the rat race of the chase, right? Chasing women, right? I feel like these are two different roads that we as men, we either gotta, really, I feel like if you're really gonna focus on wealth, you're really gonna focus on building your career, you're gonna focus on stabilizing you to be a prospect, be marketable to the women you're supposed to be with. I feel like as a man, there's certain decisions you have to make. And it's very difficult to make that when you're chasing women, when you're in a relationship, when you're married, because if you haven't made these decisions before, in my opinion, before you get in a relationship or married, it's going to be very difficult to do that. Why? Because it's not about you. You have to consider someone else, right? So this is why I'm here to talk about today certain decisions men have to make before entering a relationship or even thinking about marriage. In my opinion, and this is all age related, between the ages of 18 and 30, I'll even say 18 to 32 to 35 range. If you're going to chase the money, especially in today's world, if you're going to chase the money, there's certain sacrifices you have to be able to make in chasing that money, right? You got to stabilize yourself to make sure that you got your own place, your own car, and you got your own career. If you're going to chase women, there could be a little bit of a lax on that. You're still living in your mama's house. You're not in the proper career as far as where you want to be career-wise. Being so focused in dating and relationships and marriage can be such a great distraction from your individual goals. There are certain decisions and sacrifices you have to be able to make. And it's sometimes very hard to make those sacrifices and those decisions in a relationship. Why? Because you're so distracted on what the other person needs, wants. And you're buying time. Sometimes you're wasting time. Right? So let me tell you why, as a man, it's very important to take care of these decisions before you get into a relationship. First of all, let's talk about salary. How much money do you want to make? What's your goal of making this money? Right? Are you at a point of your life, and I'm talking to the 18 to 32 to 35 year olds, right? Let's even talk to the older crowds. What type of house do you want? Where are you trying to live? How are you trying to live? How are you trying to survive? Right? a lot of times men get in relationships with women to try to dictate those type of decisions. Where to live, how to live, how much money to spend. They want women to dictate how much money you should make. That's a terrible decision. When it's you living your life, you should be able to make the choice. You should know the choice, right? How you live, how much money the salary you want to make, the kind of car you want to make, you want to have, the career you want to have, are things like you really, there are risks as far as like between the ages of 18 to like 30 that you have to take on individually that can cause bad decisions before you get into a relationship, because relationships in marriage are a risk. They are. Because if you're making bad decisions individually, what makes you think you're going to choose the right partner? Right? If you're in thousands and thousands and thousands of debt on credit cards, on you're not making it, you're living beyond your means, what type of woman do you think you're going to go out and get? A woman that fits your lifestyle of spending money, being in debt. And as you get older, I'm telling you this from experience, because as you get older, you want to get out of debt. And not only you're trying to get out of your debt, because it's statistically known in this country that once you pay off debt, it's an 80 to 90% chance that you're going to build that debt back up. The only difference is when you're in a relationship or married, you're taking on somebody else's debt that potentially could be doing the same thing. My point is that the decisions you need to make individually, you got to make those decisions individually. So when I hear a lot of men are getting in relationships and marriages and they're dealing with financial problems, I tend to wonder and think, how were they as an individual when they were single? How was your financial problems? Was it the same? Because if it was, that means you could potentially, your financial, I don't even say financial portfolio as you are a person determines the type of partner you're going to choose. If you're in debt, you're trying to find somebody to get you out of debt. You're trying to find somebody that can help you get out of debt. I mean, you haven't made the proper decisions. You haven't. Right? And I'm speaking to this in terms of when you make these type of decisions, you're not just chasing blindly. You know what you need. You know the type of lifestyle you're living. You know the type of woman you need in your life. I've said this once and I'll say it again. Men are supposed to choose the woman. And that choice you're making in terms of women are supposed to bring certain aesthetics and details to your life. A woman follows you. You are the leader. But in order for you to become the leader, you got to make certain decisions. And financial decisions are very important as a single man. Where you're going to live, how you're going to live, what type of car you're going to drive, the career you want to make, what's your salary. You know what we're doing as men? We're letting women dictate this. Oh, you need to have a certain type of car. So what have men doing? They're going out and get this car. You need to have a certain house. They're going out and get the house. You need to be making a certain amount of money. They're going out making this type of money. Instead of staying grounded and making these decisions before you get in a relationship. Why? Because you've stabilized yourself. If you feel that you're a successful man, you're building wealth, you made the right decisions, and you choose a woman and a woman comes along and she doesn't fit your lifestyle and she turns her nose on not the right fit personality-wise toward what you've built. Why? Why are we wasting time? If you made this, and there's a difference between spending time with your woman, making sacrifices, spending money, but you've got to be grounded in the finances. You've got to make certain decisions as a man, as a single man, before you get into a relationship. Let me tell you why. Let's paint the picture of if you have not made certain financial decisions when you're a single man and you decide to get in a relationship, both of you guys in debt, you have no direction financially, you have no idea where you want to go, where you want to move, you're pulling each other in two different directions, you don't have very good communication, and then you feel like potentially marrying this person will fix the problems. It does not. It does not. Women need leaders as men. Men need details for women. To be a leader, you've got to make decisions. Because when that right person comes along, she's going to see that you made the right decisions in your life. And she's going to bring the details. You buy the whole, a woman makes it look like a whole. Right? You've made the proper financial decisions. The right woman will follow your lead and see the type of financial decisions you made. And made the right decisions and follow your lead. And there won't be any judgment. And you guys can build together. Right? And I'm not a financial advisor, none of those things, right? But there are successful men that have made good financial choices and made good decisions as they're still growing today, right? No one's perfect, and have made the wrong decisions in choosing women that don't fit the lifestyle. Right? I was just watching a video the other day. How much does it cost to keep a woman? Right? It's expensive. Right, I agree. But a grounded man has some boundaries towards that. Right? I don't think a successful man would choose a type of woman that is that expensive. Because why? He would choose a woman that's made the same right financial decisions. But what do successful men want to do? They want to save women. They want to save women who are drowning in debt. To make them feel empowered. To feel like you've done something, you've saved something. To make you feel like a man. Well, what was the point of making the decisions that you've made to make you feel like a man? You've got your own home. You've got your own car. You've built your career. You built this empire. You built this kingdom. You made the right financial decisions. The next right decision is picking the right partner. Too many times, we're picking partners that are holding us back. And we're wasting time. Wasting time. As a single man, you've got to make the right decisions. You got to choose a woman that is making those same decisions through her details and add layers to the decisions you've already made. It is very important. Why? Because I'm in it right now. Right? Building wealth. The enjoyment phase of building wealth and enjoyment phase of marriage. You know what? When you're dealing with the right partner, that is, you can able to build your finances, make certain decisions. It opens communication. You guys can talk. You guys can build. You guys can talk about the future, the goals. You're not struggling as you were when you were single or when you were down. Now let me say this. There are situations where two people get together and they build something. And it's working out. Right? But that depends on the personality. Right? Maybe they were semi-successful and they've come together. They've come together and they're building. But I'm seeing successful men dealing with making bad decisions and choosing women and partners that are completely opposite than the financial lifestyle. And thinking that, well, I make all this money, I can save them. And what are you doing? You're confusing the society. You're confusing women. Right? You're confusing the dynamic in your relationship. And you get in a relationship and you're trying to figure out why things aren't working, and then you think marriage is going to change that, and buy things, expensive things, and keep pouring money into this. That's not a good financial decision. You gotta make, as a single man, you gotta make certain financial decisions to choose someone that is fit those same lifestyles that you do. It's very important for your future. Do you want to be in debt for the rest of your life? Do you want to struggle for the rest of your life? I keep harping that men need to make certain decisions, and you need to build. Stop looking at the superficial, materialistic things. It's temporary. It's a facade. It's short term. The long-term game is building, making certain decisions. All right? I say to that, free yourself. Make the decision. Know your direction. Know where you're going. As a man, you need to determine where you're going, because the direction you're going helps you choose the partner that can come into your life. You guys come together, you build, and you know the direction of where you're going. Free yourself. Some of you are in decisions right now and made decisions right now to say this happy wife, happy life stuff, happy wife, happy spouse stuff. Are you willing to drown in debt forever for your spouse? I'm talking forever. If this is the type of person that you're willing to drown in debt for, you're making bad financial decisions. I'm just the outside person looking in. I'm not your financial advisor. But some of you guys are going nowhere fast. But the problem is, no one's willing to sacrifice. Finances are very important in a relationship, but I do think as a man, you gotta make certain financial decisions. A single man needs to make certain financial decisions before you get in a relationship, before you think about marriage, because that determines how you choose your partner. Love doesn't pay the bills all the time. Sorry, not sorry. All right, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. I'm Philosophical from the Let's Rap Podcast. I'm out, y'all.